Okay, out here on the front porticos, there's a little piece of wood in here. It's called an expansion joint, and not a control joint, but an expansion joint. And so we're missing our expansion joint filler. About the cheapest thing you can put in there is a little piece of wood, but that's what happens to it after a while, and it becomes conducive to wood-destroying insects. And it's just not the best application. They have different sealants, that can go in there. And you're missing your expansion joint. When you don't have that kind of support, it's going to allow your front walkway to move more than it normally would, because it's no longer it's lost its association with the porch. This is the front doorbell. It's not illuminated. Over color. Okay, we're missing a little bit of our gasket down here, and then the striker plate has been removed from the door jamb here. We took our striker plate out. I don't know why we did that. This door works. Okay, there's a glass front. There's a little New Orleans kind of gate thing. This is the office study. My clients have seen this. I measured, okay, it's beyond the scope of this inspection, but I did bother to measure, at some various spots, the moisture content inside the wooden flooring, and I'm getting between 4 and 5%. And just about every flooring manufacturer around is going to be perfectly happy with that. That's nowhere near elevated. Okay, so we've got this wooden flooring down in here. I heard right in here, I think. I thought I heard like a clicking sound or something. There. Sometimes you hear a little clicking sound right in the entryway there. Dining area, kitchen area, breakfast area, just so that we're all familiar with this. Closing this, all the windows have been closed. Had a lot of air fresheners in here. That's pretty unhealthy. Okay. One thermostat is down here. This is next to the large garage door. I had this fixed so I can't lock it, so that's what they wanted. Going along in here, this is the half bath. Moving on along through here, this is under the stairs. The second thermostat for the downstairs, 2 thermostats downstairs. By the way, with my infrared imaging, I was getting a lot of hot spots up here. A lot of hot spots. Now, I'm not an engineer. I use some engineering equipment, just like the pool guy used some engineering equipment. He might be an engineer, I don't know, but I'm not. Even though I use engineering equipment, I'm looking for guidelines. And this is a large house. And on any house, the smallest house, my guidelines are no more than 1 inch of floor height elevation differential within 25 feet. And we get that right through here. And over here. And no more than 2 inches of floor height elevation differential, and we get that across here. And it's barely more than 2, and it's barely more than 1. But I'm not calculating slope, I'm using guidelines. I would never dissuade my client from seeking perfection. If you want to get an engineer out here, by all means, I encourage you to do so. Follow your heart. Even if you're only buying peace of mind is worth something. This is a lot of house, and it's an expensive house. So that might be something to take into consideration. But my opinion about the foundation today, based on my observations, is that the structure has experienced some movement. The foundation is performing the intention, it's performing as intended, okay? It's supporting the superstructure. So, would it be nice if we didn't have cracks like that crack over there? It would be nice if we didn't have cracks like that. Moving on along, we've also got some carpet. It's the primary bedroom. This door sticks in its jamb. And we got some these gable ends. I'm getting a lot of heat transfer up here with the thermal imaging. Okay, could have been done better. It's interesting that we can lock that door, but we can't lock these. Clean the closed dryer vent. Did you hear that floor? Every once in a while I hear just a little bit of clicking in here. There it goes. This is the guest bedroom. Guest bath, we've seen that. If you haven't noticed, I'm sounding kind of slow. Maybe you're seeing more shadows than before. If you haven't got, this is early on in the inspection report, but if you haven't gotten the clue, for me, this is the last video that I'm making today. The gas port on the patio, not in use, should be kept off. This is the last video I'm making for the day. There's more, because I post the videos in the order of the report. But this is the part where I'd like to tell you, I'd like to say thank you very much for your business and your trust. That means everything to my family and I. So thank you. And if you think I did you some good, well, a good Google review never hurted a small businessman like me. So never hurt. These windows are a little less than 24 inches. If a window is higher than 72 inches from the ground, then it should not be closer to the floor than 24 inches. There's some of the shingles we're looking at. Got a torn screen right there. The shingles are all loose. I think this door doesn't latch. I'll have them itemized which doors don't latch. So that it doesn't latch. And this door going into the attic. This door doesn't latch either. It'd be nice if it did. Another air freshener. Woo! Okay, we're getting smoke alarms in all the bedrooms. We're getting smoke and carbon monoxide alarms outside of all the bedrooms. But we don't have a smoke alarm inside the media room. We do not have a smoke alarm inside the office study downstairs. So there's a couple other areas where we'd really like to see some smoke alarms. We'd like to see a smoke alarm in the big common living area. I got one. Whoa, shut up, bud. Okay. That's a smoke and carbon monoxide alarm. No, it's just a smoke alarm. Okay, so we do not have carbon monoxide alarms for the east bedrooms. Because I think this is a carbon monoxide alarm over here. Yeah, it is. So this is my method. That's why I like to bring my clients along. No carbon monoxide alarms for the upstairs east bedrooms. Windows are too close, We can come through. I got another door in here that won't latch. Which one? I know I'm getting close to. You won't latch, will you? Oh, and I want to show you this. This is the last thing. Bear with me. Okay, these are fresh air induction vents. They're for your air conditioning system. And the screens, we're supposed to have screens because we have birds around here. Some parts of the country or in other parts of the world, the screens are not allowed, because these screens would freeze up and it would starve the furnace on the coldest day of the year. And but we have more birds than that kind of weather. And these are, the home faces south, so I'm facing the north. So this is the northwest. So we're protected from the fronts that are coming in from the northwest. So it's good that we have screens, but the problem is that those screens are clogged with dirt. They're filthy, and those screens themselves might starve the furnace because the furnace is expecting a certain amount of fresh air coming in. And the furnace has a sensor. It says, I don't have enough fresh air to operate safely. And then the furnace turns off, and it's just that these screens are dirty.